Alright, here's the video review for a nice little repaint of DX9's Carry. This is DX9 Terror, very obviously based off of the Shattered Glass Hot Rod Rodimus that has been showing up black and purple, and Nemesis Rodimus, however you want to refer to him. Shattered Glass works for me, since that's pretty much what he is. So yeah, he's just he's the same figure. His little Targetmaster now has red eyes and little head fins, gray fins on the back, and of course this new little scythe chainsaw piece, which we'll get to when we get to the robot mode. Outside of that, he's got shinier silver rims than Carry did, and he's in a black and silver and purple color scheme with a red windshield here, which looks really nice. It's a nice repaint. The colors look good on it. That's really all there is to update, because I do like the figure itself. And we'll go ahead and transform here real quick. It's a very basic thing to do. And pop the wings off here. Bring this whole assembly up. You can, if you want, detach the legs a little bit and let you move the arm out of the way a little bit to make this a little easier, but it's entirely up to you. The wings fold in and collapse up here on the back like that. This whole panel is going to lift up for the time being. Going to untab the rear end of the truck like that, which allows these pegs right here, or these panels to be untabbed from the legs. And then this whole assembly, these panels fold up and then in on the back like that. And then this panel folds up inside there. The legs sides of the vehicle come down and fold up to form the back of the lower legs. This panel rotates down and tabs on, and there you see we have his entire lower leg there. Flip the foot down, get up in here and flip these out. These are a little tighter than on Carry. And his lower half is done. They rotate not at the waist, but at the thigh. Rotate. So rotate those around there at the thighs. Then lift this assembly up. That unlocks these panels, which allow us. Let's come up a little bit higher here. So yeah, you lift up the front hood of the car, which unlocks these panels to fold down out to the side. So you fold them down at this hinge, and then you're going to fold them up at this hinge. Just kind of, not going to fold them all the way up yet, but just something like that. This whole assembly right here slides up, and then the hood folds down. The head folds up from behind. This whole rear assembly folds around. Unpeg the windshield. Fold this up underneath here. Fold the windshield up and out, and then this panel, you see, kind of collapses up and pegs in to the back of the chest plate here. Fold that all the way down and around. Should peg into the back of the chest plate here. There we go, just like that. And then these panels fold up and tab onto the tabs inside here. So fold those up and lock them. That's locked into place. Flip out the fists. And collapse that panel, and then collapse that on there. There's a little tab back here that can tab onto. Just a matter of getting it all lined up right, just like that. There you go, just like that. And then the hands are done. And back him up a little bit here. There he is in robot mode. We'll stand him up. He does have the goatee and mustache, which is kind of cool. We'll show that off. Let's see if we can get right up on him and show off the face here. All right, get you focused. Targetmaster dude. is the same as the other one, aside from colors. You just take off his fins, fold them up, fold this back here, peg his hand on like that, rotate this down. Oh wait, nope, I did that backwards. There's two halves, and you could do it either way. You could absolutely fold this down like this and have his longer rifle. He doesn't have the attachment that the original did, but I find if you use this end, this one actually has the peg under here that this can peg onto, so I generally tend to build the rifle this way because that locks that front end in place, and then use this as the rear piece. That's how you'd make the rifle, and then of course this can attach on there like that, which is silly. Oh, and then the fins can attach right there. You could use it like that if you want. Now, what I like to do with this piece is make the shorter rifle configuration, where you take this and fold it around like this. Then it works as kind of a chainsaw type weapon. I think that looks like a better configuration for the weapon mode. And like I said, I use the short rifle like this in general for the mold anyway. But you can also, if you want, you can flip this up, extend the leg, and you can plug this in over here, under here, into the bottom of the foot to make it look more like a scythe. Now, you can do that. There's not really a way for him to wield it as a scythe like that. Accurately, I guess you could fold it around and have him kind of hold it, barely hold it in his hand like that if you want him to have a scythe weapon. It's a neat little new molded piece. It doesn't really work with the established Targetmaster outside of, like I said, as the shorter gun. And again, maybe there may be some fan configurations. There may be instructions for this that show how to make a really nice combined, there you go, folds all the way down, tabs in there. A really nice combined scythe out of this Targetmaster. I didn't get the instructions, like I tend not to. But I think that looks okay. A little different, but okay. I have found that he has a little better time holding the gun. I don't know if that's because they changed the mold or just the random quality control that has hit this thing since the get-go, basically. But he does hold his rifle fairly solidly. And that's how I like to do it. And these little fins can just go in a bag somewhere. He has all the same articulation as Carry. He's got the rotating head here. Side to side. I think it's on a ball joint. It's a little limited due to the sculpt of the neck. Up and down, front and back. Swivel down here above the elbow. Elbow, waist. Two direction hips. It's got a thigh swivel, the knee, ankle tilt. And you got a little bit of movement in the foot, but not so much front to back. And real quick, there he is with Carry, who is actually right now not holding his rifle very well. My Carry was one of the better ones, at least it's better than the test shot. So there they are, side by side. Like I said, Carry, I think, is a great figure. I got to review the test shot a few months ago, and I liked it enough that I did, in fact, spend my own money to get this Carry right here, this final production Carry. And I think that is really the ultimate, here's how much I recommend it. I think he's totally worth the price. I definitely recommend picking him up. Depending if you have a preference between the two molds, this guy's just as good. He's the exact same figure with some slight remolding. His head vent is different. The little head crest here, you can see actually has some molded grooves in it that Rodimus doesn't have. And even the face, he's got a sharper nose. And the mustache, it's not just paint. The mustache actually is molded on. And the goatee's a little different. So he's got an entirely new head. I thought that was just a repainted head. And now looking at them side by side, that is actually an entirely new head sculpt. Hey, even better. So yeah, they both look great. They're both fun figures. I like the transformation. The design aesthetic is pretty cool. the transformation is really ingenious, the way they take him and turn him into like the all-in-one transformation for the Winnebago Space Car alt mode. I think if I had one issue, and it's a minor one, with this guy, I wish that his flames here, I wish the purple flame around down here at the bottom was a little thicker vertically, like the original deco, just because I have a bunch of white outline and like clear Autobot symbols with just the white outline, which I could stick on there and give him a shattered glass Autobot symbol very easily. As it is now, like, I don't have any tiny enough to fit right in there. I'd like to stick one right in the middle of those flames, but in order to do that, I'm going to have to order some actual purple Autobot shattered glass symbols, because the purple down here wasn't thick enough. But that's really my only complaint about him. He's really cool, and I do wish the scythe weapon were a little bit more effective in how they did it. This is a nicely resculpted piece, or not even resculpted, brand new mold piece, and it does make his gun look cool and different from Rodimus's. But if you're gonna go for the scythe homage, I would have liked maybe, and that's not to say that there's not some transformation I haven't figured out yet that they show in the instructions for how to make this into a proper scythe for him. But if they're going to make that homage, I would have liked to have seen it maybe a little bit more effective than how it was here. But all in all, DX9's Terror, it's a great repaint of what was already a good mold. And if you're into collecting the shattered glass stuff, if you're into the carry mold and wanted to buy a second one but didn't want to buy it in the same colors, or you just collect colors, repaints of good figures, I think he's a worthwhile purchase on top of that. If you don't have a version of the mold yet, I do highly recommend picking up one or the other of these guys. They're good. But now you've got a couple options if you don't care for regular Rodimus. There's a very nice repaint here available that is just as good as the original.